Okay, Dena, it's Amber. I wanted to show you how my squash wall was doing. I've been calling it the Squall, our squash wall. So we got a strong starter. This guy's doing the best out of any of them. Look how big he is. And you can see it's starting to work. See, I got tendrils. Look, he's actually doing it. He's climbing all the way around. So hopefully, without too much help, he'll start climbing up the bamboo. And then what I want is for his leaves, let me zoom out, to start. They're starting to do it. I want him to tuck into this, and then hopefully it'll actually climb up and over the fence. And then we hope that the deer don't eat it. I'm optimistic that the squash will form on this side of the fence and not on the other side. So hopefully it'll be harder for the deer to get to. And so I'm just gonna go through and show off my squash wall. So here's another one. You can see he's a little bit smaller, but he's doing it. And something funny, Dena, is so it's not like squash plants are, intelligent like us. So these little vines are just shooting out and grabbing whatever. So look, he's grabbing himself. Isn't that funny? I hadn't thought about that before planting them. I don't know, it seems kind of dumb to grab yourself, but I guess it just doesn't matter. But you can see, he's just shooting it out. His little grabber is just going wherever. Sometimes he grabs the bamboo. Sometimes he grabs himself, which is just kind of funky. Another thing, I did a very poor job of labeling. So I know this is a spaghetti squash because I have a label, but I don't 100% know what everything else is. I've got 3 types. I've got spaghetti, which we know is there. Then I've got butternut squash, which I think is this guy. And then I have golden zucchinis, which I'll show you in a little bit. You can see, I think these are the butternut because they kind of look a little different. And they're not grabbing quite as proficiently. So I am guessing that this is a butternut squash and that that's a butternut squash. But we'll see. And look, he's doing it. See, he shot through. So now what I'm going to have to do is train him. Let's see if I can even do it. To go back. I'm not going to do it right now. It's too hard. Look, my wrist is stuck. I'm going to have to pull it back through and train him up. Hopefully it'll work out pretty well. I think you can see the start to flowers on some of them. I think this is the start of a flower bud. And these I think you can see better. See, these are gonna be flowers. And then that'll be squash. Yeah. Okay, so that guy's doing pretty well. This guy's doing well. You can see that these don't have the bamboo sticks on them anymore. You can see I just kind of discarded them because they weren't growing up them. Some of them are doing really well growing up the bamboo and others just kind of aren't. So we're learning as we go, and this, which I think is the butternut squash, seems to really like shooting through. So I'm optimistic I won't even need a bamboo stick for him. Then I think this guy is another spaghetti squash because look how good he's doing. He's grabbing all over the place. I just think it is so fun to see these little tendrils. Oh, look. That one, you can see, it's hard to see. Look, he wrapped all the way around himself. Let's see if I can get a better view. Look, he curled all the way around himself. Isn't that funny? Then you can see we got flowers. That's a flower. That's a flower. We got some flowers coming up. So That is the Squall, squash wall. Then over here, these three are golden zucchinis. So, and I'll explain why I planted them here. Because, see, this is where the electric wire is, and it goes all the way to the house. And that right there is where the septic tank is. So we cannot plant anything that's going to grow like deep. But we know that we can grow to the left and right of it because there were already trees there. So we figure that's fine. So anyway, these are golden zucchinis. I assume they will be zucchinis that are gold colored. I don't know. I thought it was interesting sounding. They've got they're really, like kind of scratchy to touch. They're a weird leaf. They have been removed from the Squall because they absolutely refused to have anything to do with it. They have no clingers. Like you see, there's no clingy things. They've just got these big, pretty leaves. So what I'm now hoping is that these three guys will keep growing. Keep growing and hopefully just kind of like cascade over. And then they'll cascade over and just kind of vine out on the ground. Because they should be like kind of like vines, I think. But, oh, this is fun. This one's got flowers. See, you can see he hasn't opened yet. But so this is going to be the flower. It's going to get pollinated. And that, like, behind it, that will turn into the golden zucchini. Flower, that yellow, that's going to be a big lump. That's going to grow and become the golden zucchini. So, yeah, that's the squash wall. You may have noticed I did not tell you about these two. These are tomatoes. They are also going to hopefully grow up and over, but they're a lot younger, so they're not quite doing so well. You can see he's kind of got brown leaves. I don't know what's up. He's this heirloom tomato, Cherokee Purple. I got this from Lowe's just because I thought a purple tomato sounded really cool. But I don't know that he thinks it's cool living here because he's not doing fantastic. So, prayers for the Cherokee Purple. Then over here, this one's going to be, I think, cherry tomatoes. Dun dun dun, husky cherry. And he's doing okay. You can see there's yellowing leaves, which I don't love. But this is hard to tell on camera. This is all new growth. This whole, like, half foot here is new. It's a different color green, really hard to tell on camera. But so he's growing and he has flowers. So I feel pretty optimistic about cherry tomato man. I had been read on the internet that cherry tomatoes tend to be really prolific. So I'm honestly not worried about him. Yeah, so then here I'll just give you one outsider view of the garden. It's a bit of a mess, but I'm really excited for the upcoming months to see what all we get. Love you, Dena.